Okay, girls, so if I was to ask you what your favorite breakfast from Chick-fil-A is, what would you say?
Chicken minis.
Chicken minis. Chicken minis. Coming up, right?
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Shaylin, and you're watching Cooking with the Robinsons. We make our favorite meals and put them on video for you to duplicate at home. So today we're making chicken minis, which are amazing, definitely a family favorite. So as you can see here, we're gonna start out with some activated yeast. Now what you do to be able to make this is you put that water, it's just a cup of water, and I put it up to temperature between 120 and 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it hit that temperature, I went ahead and added my instant yeast and some sugar and stirred it up. It's been sitting for about 5 to 10 minutes, which means it's perfect and it's ready. So what you're gonna do is add that activated yeast to a bowl. And we're gonna also add an egg. And as always, look below for all the measurements and all the ingredients. We have some salt, some sugar, and some, I believe this is canola oil. Yes, canola oil. So go ahead and add that and just stir that up real good. You'll probably want to stir it for a good 20 seconds. Now let me tell you, Sean and I, we do test kitchens, and we want to make sure before we duplicate it and send it out there and put it out into the World Wide Web that they really are recipes that we would do and we would make for our family, and that they are really good. So we have tested this out. This is probably the 4th or 5th time that we've done it, and we just now got the bread right. And so I'm telling you, this is just like those chicken minis, and I'm so proud of it. So once you get all that mixed up, you're gonna add it to your mixing pot. Now, I already had some flour that I added in here. I'm just gonna add the rest of the flour. And you're not gonna wanna mix this for too long because you don't want to really mix up that flour, but once you have this mixture mixed, you add it to the flour, and we're gonna go ahead and put this on until the flour is fully incorporated. So go ahead and take off that appliance, and you'll have this great dough, and this is perfect. This is exactly what you want. And what I've done is I have already treated this bowl. I just put some canola oil in there, made sure that it's all around the edges, because what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put this dough in the bowl, and I'm gonna cover it with a towel. And once you do that, just put it in a dry, warm place, and then we're ready for the next steps.
Okay, so it's time to make these chicken nuggets, and we have here a couple of cutlets. You can use however many you need. We don't need that many today, and I've got 2 organic chicken breasts here, and what I'm gonna do is use a fillet knife, and get on this side if you would, and I'm gonna cut into these fillets just to get them a little bit smaller. Don't cut your hand, just use your one hand and kind of butterfly these things is what you're gonna do. Just get in there, cut these. Basically what you're doing is cutting these in half, making them a little bit thinner, and then we're gonna pound them out as well so you don't have big giant chicken nuggets. And I'm gonna cut this one and show you how it's done. I'm gonna take it and put it inside of this Ziploc bag. And if you've seen other videos of ours, I don't know if you have or have not, but we've also done Chick-fil-A sandwich and Chick-fil-A sauce. So that may be something you'd be interested in looking at as well, and we'll put a link to the video above us, and you can link to that and watch our Chick-fil-A sandwich. It is awesome. And it's very similar to this. As we're making these nuggets, I'm gonna take this, what I call this breaks up our ice mostly in our house, but it also pounds out meat. And all you wanna do is really get it to where this meat is even so that it cooks evenly when you're frying it. You're not trying to tear it, and the reason you're using this bag is so you don't get chicken goo all over you and all over your kitchen. So it kind of protects you from doing that. And what we'll do then is take this chicken and cut it into 1-inch little cubes, basically, with your fillet knife. And that will fit perfectly into your chicken minis. So there's a little 1-inch cube there. And I will finish cutting these up. And I've already put some pickle juice with a little bit of water. And what we'll do is we will marinate this, believe it or not, in pickle juice. And this is a step you don't want to miss. This is key to getting it to taste just like you want. Taste like those Chick-fil-A chicken minis. And you'll take this pickle juice and marinate that chicken just like this, and we'll set it in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour and let it marinate, and then we'll get it out and get it ready to fry.
Okay, so it has been 1 hour and the dough has rose. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get that dough, go ahead and put it, and as you can see I had a lightly floured surface here. And what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of this flour to my rolling pin. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna roll it out, and we want it to be a 1/2 inch thickness. Now this is important. Remember how I said Sean and I have tested this out several times? That 1/2 inch thickness is the sweet spot. That is something that is very important on being able to make sure that these duplicate what we are doing for the chicken minis. All right, so that's it. That looks like it's about 1/2 inch, right, Sean?
Looks good to me.
All right, perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna lift it and put it on a buttered surface, buttered pan. And what we'll do now is we wanna have them, make them into 1 inch, and I'm kind of precise about it, so I'll cut off the ends because I want it to look all straight and pretty, you know what I mean? But what you're gonna do is go ahead and make them about 1 inch wide, and go ahead and just cut it with a pizza cutter. And as you can see, this pizza cutter, I think, babe, we need to get a new pizza cutter. I think it has seen one too many pizzas. But so Sean and I's son, Reagan Robinson, he actually started a job at Chick-fil-A this summer, and we were so excited. We're like, oh my gosh, you have to give us all the inside scoop. And he said, but I only work the counters, I don't work the back. So he has no idea. So we had to do our own research on all this and how to be able to make it like a chicken mini that we eat on a regular basis with our family. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and do these about 1 inch wide and 1 inch, what is that, high? Wide and high? About thick, sure. And that's it. Now what we'll do after this is I'm going to cover this again. Now this makes about 24 chicken minis. I'm gonna cover this again for 30 minutes and let it rise a little bit more. After that, we're gonna put it in the oven. It's at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. As soon as you're done with that, take it out. It is gonna be warm and smelling delicious. And what you need to do is get some butter, and just go ahead and get something like this and make sure and get that butter and let that butter melt on it. And you'd like to get some honey. Now on this honey, this clover honey, I'm not sure what flavor honey they use, but this one's pretty stout. Clover honey's pretty stout. So I'm just gonna not do it generously, just do it real lightly with this clover honey. We did this last time and it was perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this rise for about another 30 minutes and then put them in the oven.
Okay, so we have taken our chicken out of the marinade, the pickling juice that it was in the refrigerator after about an hour. I've got a couple of eggs. I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of whole milk to that. And we'll get that good and combined. And I also have some seasoning to go on this flour, and it's a mixture of flour and powdered sugar. And then we're gonna add to that some garlic, paprika, celery salt, white pepper, and I think some basil, right, babe?
Yep, basil.
Basil, okay, so that's good and combined. I'll take and add our seasoning to this flour. Should I just combine that with my fingers? I think that's the best way to do it at this point. This is a good tool God gave us right here, our hands. Help mix that up real well. And then we're off to the races. So we'll take our chicken, put it in this egg and milk mixture here, a few pieces at a time, get them good and wet. Get that into the flour. And the way that it's best to do this, once you've got them in there, is get it good. And as the Bible says, press down, shaking, and running over. Is that the?
Shaking together.
Shaking together. We're gonna get some good flour on top of these things and press it in really well. You want that thing to be coated, and that's gonna make a big difference, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Give it a little flip. Coat on the other side, see if you can find those things in there, so little. There we go. We'll cover them again, make sure they're good and coated. And then I'm gonna continue doing this for a little bit. And there they are, look at there.
Perfect.
And then I will take and put them in the peanut oil that I have to 325 degrees and cook these until they're golden brown. Okay, so we've got these Chick-fil-A chicken minis done, and you know what the most important part of these is? It's that bread.
It is.
And it is so good. You want to try one, man?
It's key, yes, absolutely.
It's got that little kiss of honey on top, the perfect little chicken inside there. Chick-fil-A chicken mini. How do we do? It's perfect. Most people have them for breakfast. We're having them at 9:30 at night. The girls are already in bed, but they are, let's see.
And that's it. That is a Chick-fil-A chicken mini.
The bread is the main component.
It really is. It really is.
Get that bread right. Follow her instructions. Get the chicken right. So if you like this, like and subscribe. And if you like this, go check out that Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich with the sauce. It's delicious. And thanks for watching, guys.
See you next time.